right now. It's a moment of extreme gratitude. There are people showing up for me in a way that makes me a little emotional. And I don't need to talk about, what the thing is, but people are showing up for me, and not that I should be surprised, because these particular people would be people who would show up for me, because that's just the kind of people they are. But it still doesn't negate the gratitude, whatever emotions it brings up, being touched in my heart and my soul. It's just really cool. And it makes me think about, wants me to share, be a good person, right? Be good to others, be of service, do good for other people.
What kind of lifetime thriller are we living in right now? The streets ain't just buzzing. People are flat out losing it. And here's why. Rumors are flying that Malcolm-Jamal Warner didn't just pass away peacefully. He was set up, like pawn on the board, played dirty, surrounded by obsession, betrayal, and silence soaked in secrets. And right in the center of the storm, Chi-Chi. Oh yeah, her. The same woman who walked into that funeral draped in designer from head to toe, looking like heartbreaking heels. But the whispers, they're loud. Folks saying she wasn't mourning, she was panicking because she got caught slipping. Now riddle me this, who throws themselves on a casket screaming, "I didn't mean to, I just wanted to scare him"? Unless they're battling some heavy soul-crushing guilt, that's not grief, that's a confession dressed in drama. So is this really just some random tragedy? Or are we looking at a full-blown love gone wrong saga that spiraled into something way darker? Because here's what's really making people gasp. Word on the inside is Malcolm was about to drop Major T, expose someone powerful, and just when he was ready to talk, boom, gone. No warning, no note, just silence. And it gets even more insane because now a leaked video just hit the web and it flips everything. For weeks, we were spoon-fed a neat little fairy tale. He slipped, but this footage, oh, it says otherwise. Buckle up, what's coming next is messy, dangerous, and someone's about to be exposed for real. Maybe he lost his balance, fell near the water. Yeah, that tired excuse. The classic watered-down story they push when they're trying to cover something ugly. But nah, that ain't what happened. Not even close. Because now, boom, a brand new video just surfaced, allegedly filmed by someone right there when the whole thing went down. And let's just say, this ain't no accident, and it never was. What that video shows, straight up chaos, it was a violent fight, raw, messy, no filters. We're talking screaming, pushing, hands being thrown, and then somebody was dragged, yes, dragged, right to the edge of that water. So if you still believe this was just a random fall, go ahead and throw that theory in the trash. This wasn't some clumsy stumble. This was straight up war. Tension so thick it could snap. The kind of brawl that leaves people shaken, bruised, and full of questions. And the wildest twist? That footage wasn't meant to see daylight. They tried to bury it, hide it deep. Now hit rewind real quick. Malcolm, cool-headed, quiet, always playing it smart, was in a private meeting with a few folks right before everything exploded. And guess what? Those people, they ain't talking. But that video just started talking for them. And what it's saying is loud, violent, and way too real to ignore. Sources say it was supposed to be a calm, clear the air moment.
Kendo joins us live from San Jose in Costa Rica with the latest. Victor, it is just something I think that hit everybody because we all grew up with the Hubs.
You're right, you either watched them grow up or you grew up with them. So overnight, here's the latest that we heard from Costa Rica's Red Cross. They're the ones that responded to the beach where this happened. When they arrived, they said that two bystanders pulled two men, sorry about that, it's a little loud here in San Jose, pulled two men from the water. One of them was in critical condition. The other was Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Tragically, the beloved actor died at the scene.
Just two women squashing beef over a man they were both locked in with. Classic love triangle mess, straight out of a soap opera. But let's keep it real. There was nothing peaceful about what went down. Eyewitnesses say the minute they sat down, the vibe turned ugly. Voices got loud. Neighbors started calling security. Accusations started flying like grenades, hitting every corner of that room. And then, all hell broke loose. People grabbed their phones the second it turned physical. Chairs flipped, screaming echoed off the walls. One of the women, the one Malcolm just unfollowed on social, launched at the other like she'd been waiting for this smoke. It was wild, straight up chaos. Shoving, nails flying, a wig getting ripped, and people yelling from every direction. It wasn't a fight, it was a scene. And right in the middle of the madness, Malcolm. He was trying to break it up, literally stepping between them, shouting, "Stop! Stop this now!" But when emotions explode like that, ain't no stopping it. Rage doesn't listen to reason. Then comes the part that left everybody frozen. Malcolm, the one trying to stop the madness, gets pushed, not once, twice. Someone off camera shoves him hard, and you hear it clear as day. The person filming gasps and says, "Oh no, he going toward the water." But here's what's sick, nobody ran after him. Nobody jumped in to help. They all just watched. And then the camera catches it, Malcolm stumbling, losing footing, heading straight for the edge. And still, no one moves. They tried to play it off like it was just another tragic fall, but let's keep it real. Malcolm didn't trip. He didn't slip. Someone pushed him. Right before the footage cuts off, there's this chilling voice screaming, "It's done now! Let it be done! Let it be done!" Like, who says that? Unless they know exactly what just went down. That ain't shock, that's guilt talking. That's somebody trying to close the chapter before the truth even gets written. This wasn't some heat of the moment slip up. This was planned, executed, and then covered up like clockwork. And the moment it happened, everybody scattered. Like roaches when the lights come on, gone in seconds. But here's where it gets real twisted. The official story said there were only 3 people present when Malcolm took his last steps. 3. But the video, it clearly shows 6. Yeah.
Jeff, how are you feeling about it?
Great. I'm happy we got through it. Like for 5 years, like I won a series. And you never think it's gonna hit number 1. I mean, we soared straight to the top, and to be number 1 consistently, to be in the top 5 consistently, that's great. And I'm glad we got through the first year.
How long do you hope this goes on?
For a long time. Until the audience stops laughing. And with Bill Cosby, I doubt they ever stop laughing.
What about for you? What has he taught you?
Oh, wow. There's nothing I can say specific. There are things that he's helped me with, throughout the whole year. If it has something to do with the script, if I have personal problems or whatever, it's variations of things. And I'm very grateful.
And what about this party? Seems like a pretty good celebration.
Yes. We're celebrating for another year.
6 bodies standing around, recording, screaming, and not one of them helping. Even worse, someone was caught smiling right after it happened. Who does that? Somebody's mask just slipped, and trust those faces, they're gonna get exposed real soon. Sources close to Malcolm say this wasn't random. It had been building for weeks. One of the women felt betrayed, heated after Malcolm started patching things up with the other. Texts were flying. Threats were being made. The energy was toxic and everybody felt it. And get this, the night before Malcolm died, he was seen pacing outside, phone in hand, talking real low, but real tense. Witnesses say he told someone, "I can't do this no more. I don't trust her." Let that sink in. The man saw it coming. He felt the setup creeping, but he still showed up anyway. And now he's gone. Now people online are going full detective mode, digging through Malcolm's final posts. And when you look close, the signs were screaming. One quote he dropped, "Sometimes the enemy is disguised as the one who holds your hand." That line hits different now, gives you chills, right? Then came another post. No words, just a slow, eerie video of waves crashing on the shore. Quiet, still, like he knew something was coming, like that was his warning in plain sight. But hold on, it gets even messier. Let's talk about the bottle. Yep, the one spotted in that leaked footage right before everything blew up. Someone in the background is clearly gripping a glass bottle, tight. We don't know yet if it was used in the fight, but what we do know, seconds after Malcolm hit the water, right after the scream and splash, that same bottle gets tossed into the bushes. And then that person vanishes. Now tell me, why hide the bottle unless it was connected to what just happened? Why toss it if it didn't matter? And of course, here comes the weak response from authorities. We're investigating. No foul play suspected at this time. Yeah, okay. But everybody watching knows better. None of this matches the polished story they tried to feed us. This wasn't some freak accident. This wasn't a slip by the lake. This was a setup, and it spun way out of control. Now here's where it goes nuclear. That video, it didn't just leak on some random page. It was sent anonymously, directly to Malcolm's cousin, with a message that simply said, he didn't deserve that. And now the family's stepping in. His cousin already broke the silence and made it public. And once that happened, everything changed. The family ain't playing at all. They dropped a bold statement, loud and clear. We won't let this go. The truth will come out. And honestly, it already is. Because at the very end of that leaked clip, it's pure madness, screaming, people sprinting in every direction, full-on panic mode. You can hear a woman sobbing, I didn't mean to. And then another voice, panicked and shaky, yelling, we gotta get out of here before someone sees. Too late, we see you now. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because next up, we're naming names, breaking down exactly who was there that day, and the shady people tied to Malcolm behind the scenes. Let's talk suspects, the inner circle, the exes, the friends, and the DMs that started surfacing after Malcolm's death. Messages full of threats, jealousy, and people trying to erase digital footprints like nobody would notice. If you thought this story was already wild, buckle up, it's about to go nuclear. Because just when it seemed like things couldn't spiral deeper, boom, another video drops. A second witness, someone chilling nearby at that now infamous lakeside spot, secretly filmed what might be the most explosive footage yet. And when I say explosive, I'm talking TNT on a gasoline bridge kind of explosive. In the clip, Malcolm is seen heated, arguing with someone off camera. His voice is raised, hands flying, body language tense. He's clearly upset. Something had him lit. Then out of nowhere, a woman storms into the frame, and social media detectives are already claiming it's the same mystery woman Malcolm was allegedly seeing on the low. You can't hear everything, but enough comes through. Liar, you promised, and I'm done, her voice shaking, full of rage. And then it happens. A loud, sharp slap right across Malcolm's face, in broad daylight, no hesitation. And after that, everything breaks down. Seconds later, the situation explodes. And that slap, it wasn't just personal. It was the spark that lit the fire. Malcolm tries to walk away, tries to calm the chaos, but someone grabs his shirt. You can hear it clear as day in the background, a man yelling, let him go, bro. But they didn't. They held on and then shoved him hard toward the water. Don't get it twisted. This wasn't some clumsy bump. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't accidental. It was violent, deliberate, and on purpose. Now the internet is lit up like wildfire. That footage just blew the tragic accident lie to pieces. What we see is not a peaceful stumble. It's full-on chaos, fury, and force. 1 second, Malcolm is mid-argument. The next, he's down near the rocks, surrounded, voices screaming, and someone shouts out, back off! This wasn't just a fight, it was a storm. And Malcolm, he was trapped dead in the center of it. They tried to sell us the he slipped version. But when you zoom in, there's no slip, no stumble. He was shoved. And you can see it, clear as day. Frame by frame, step by step. That video leaves zero doubt. And now that it's out, everyone who was at that lakeside meetup has gone ghost. No statements, no press, not even a weak denial, just radio silence. But the internet, wide awake. TikTok detectives are breaking it down like it's an FBI briefing. Reddit's already gone full true crime mode. The clips are getting slowed, zoomed, analyzed. And guess what? People are being ID'd, fast. Faces are being matched. And it turns out they're not randoms. One woman in a pink top with big hoop earrings, already tagged, already tracked, and she's connected to someone real close to Malcolm. This story ain't slowing down, it's catching fire. That woman in the pink top, she was spotted on Malcolm's own IG story just days before everything popped off. And that dude with the braids and red cap, he was tagged in pics from that same lake just hours before it all went down. So what does that tell us? These weren't just random people passing through, they were part of Malcolm's inner circle. People he trusted, people he was comfortable around. And that's what makes it hit even harder. Because if he knew these folks, why didn't anyone call for help right away? Why the delay? Why the confusion over the timeline? And here's the kicker. It took almost a whole hour before emergency services were even contacted. 1 hour. In a situation like that, every second counts. Now here comes the biggest red flag of them all. The first story given to the public claimed Malcolm accidentally fell into the water. Calm, clean, tragic but simple. But this new footage, it screams the exact opposite. People didn't panic like it was an accident. They scattered like they knew they did something wrong. Now the internet's demanding action, real action. People are calling for the case to be reopened, not as an accident, but as a full-on criminal investigation. And honestly, they've got every right to ask, because what started as a supposed drowning is now looking more like manslaughter at best. And at worst, it's giving murder with a cover-up. And just when you thought it couldn't get darker, sources close to the family are saying Malcolm had been getting threats. Not internet trolls or petty beefs, we're talking serious, real threats. Text messages, DMS voicemails, and one message in particular, chilling. It said, "If you don't shut up, we'll handle it for you." Let that sit for a second. Malcolm knew the danger was coming, and he still showed up. These threats weren't vague. They were personal, targeted, and had Malcolm shook. His cousin told police he'd been paranoid for days, barely sleeping, constantly watching his back, scanning rooms, checking exits, like he knew something bad was creeping up on him. So now we gotta ask the real question. Was that lakeside meetup really a peace talk, or was it a trap disguised as a calm sit-down? Let's break it down. Hours before it all went down, Malcolm posted a cryptic IG story. Not everyone smiling in your circle is really with you. Then boom, next morning, he's gone. Coincidence? Highly doubtful. That was a warning. And now it hits so much harder. Now remember that woman from the video, the one who slapped him? Insiders say she and Malcolm were already beefing over a business deal that flopped. Something about promised money that never showed up. Word on the street is she felt played and wanted to confront him in public to humiliate him. Well, if that was her goal, she did way more than that. And now people are demanding justice. The internet wants her and everyone else seen in that video brought in for questioning. Immediately, the crowd, the person filming, the one who yelled "back off," they were all there. They all saw it go down. And if any of them helped lure Malcolm to that spot under fake vibes and false peace, then this wasn't just a tragedy. This was a setup, and it might have been planned from jump. Meanwhile, Malcolm's fans are crushed. He wasn't some fading star. He was right on the edge of a huge comeback. Insiders say he was days away from signing a game-changing deal. His manager had just flown in. A major tour was already in the early stages. He had momentum. He had plans. And now, he's gone. Silenced before he ever got the chance to shine again. And here's the part that'll make your blood boil. Some folks are out here actually blaming Malcolm for what happened, saying he was too loud or that he should have known better than to show up around people he didn't fully trust. Nah, that's not just wrong. It's cold-blooded. Because let's be real, this time, victim blaming ain't gonna cut it. Not when we've got proof, not when we can see it with our own eyes. Malcolm didn't fall. He was pushed. And that single undeniable truth, it's flipping the whole story upside down. This wasn't a breakup gone bad. This wasn't just celebrity mess. This was a man's life, taken in broad daylight, on camera. And people are still trying to play it like it's just another unfortunate incident. Nope, it's deeper, way darker. And this situation demands justice, not silence. Now here's where the plot thickens. Because right when the internet caught fire, right when people were connecting the dots and the video was making rounds, the footage vanished. Not flagged, wiped. Instagram, deleted. TikTok, flagged and buried. YouTube ? Gone without explanation. Within hours, the clip disappeared from every major platform. Only a few low-quality versions are still floating around on small pages. And even those are being blurred out, glitched, or slowed to a crawl. So now ask yourself, who's trying to bury this? And why? Because this cover-up energy, it's way too calculated to be coincidence. Someone out there wants this shut down, fast. And just when it felt like the silence might win, a bystander broke down, couldn't hold it anymore, and started screaming. That moment is where this story takes its darkest turn yet. They saw everything. And once the dam broke, they couldn't stop repeating one bone-chilling line. He didn't slip, he was pushed. That right there, that was the turning point. That's when everything flipped, because this wasn't a tragedy. It wasn't some spiral or a man losing grip. This was the unraveling of the truth, piece by ugly piece. Police are still clinging to their version of the story, claiming Malcolm-Jamal Warner slipped near the dock and hit his head. But come on, no one's buying that anymore. Because right after that witness cracked, boom, social media exploded again. New footage started leaking. Clips filmed from behind a nearby seafood shack. Yeah, the quality's grainy, but what it shows, more than enough. You can see Malcolm locked in a heated confrontation with another man. Voices raised, arms flying. The energy, dangerous. Then it turns physical, shoving, tension. And then Malcolm being dragged toward the edge of the pier. In the chaos, you hear Malcolm yelling, "Don't bring her into this." And the other guy snaps back, "You should have kept your mouth shut." Then splash, a scream, and then nothing. Just cold, quiet silence before the phone camera cuts to black. Now the internet's in full beast mode, analyzing the video, syncing timestamps, identifying faces, and the name that keeps getting dragged into the spotlight, Tempest Bledsoe's ex. Yeah, him. Allegedly, he had a long-standing beef with Malcolm over money, property, and something even darker. Some are whispering about a secret affair that Malcolm was allegedly going to expose. Others say it was about a blackmail plot that went way off the rails. Whatever it was ugly. And now, that darkness is bubbling up for everyone to see. The story is shifting fast. And that man at the center, he might have had way more to lose than anybody thought. Either way you look at it, one man ended up dead, and now there's a whole ocean of lies floating around the truth. And don't forget Felicia Rashad's emotional outburst during the funeral prep. She wasn't just crying. She screamed, "I warned him about her." At the time, people chalked it up to grief, but now, that moment's getting serious side-eye. Was it just a slip of the tongue, or something deeper? A warning? A confession? Now here's where it turns even shadier. The studio where Malcolm was filming his final project has gone completely silent, like full-on ghost mode. They're scrubbing footage, delaying the release, quietly letting contracts expire like none of it ever happened. But why? Why erase everything tied to him unless they're trying to cover something up too? Hollywood insiders are whispering that this wasn't just a heated argument gone wrong. It was a setup, planned, coordinated, executed, then buried under silence, all in a matter of hours. And here comes the real kicker. The person pulling strings might not even be the one caught on camera. See, one eagle-eyed viewer spotted something chilling in the leaked video, right at the 1:14 mark. A shadowy figure standing near a boat, half hidden. Zoom in, it's a woman, and she's got the same build, same hairstyle, and same exact jacket that Tempest Bledsoe wore at the memorial the very next day. So now we gotta ask, what was she doing there that night? And why did she vanish just seconds before Malcolm went into the water? Because it's looking real suspicious, real fast. And if this woman was on site, hiding in the shadows, and didn't step in, or worse, was part of it, then everything we thought we knew just got flipped upside down. And guess what? It's about to get way messier. Sources close to the set say Tempest dipped out early the night before Malcolm's death, stormed off after a heated blowout with the executive producer. Word is, the argument was over someone breaking a deal. But here's the real question. What was the deal? Was it about keeping Malcolm quiet, or was it about protecting someone higher up, someone even more powerful? As the theories stack up, so does the evidence. And it's getting darker by the minute. Check this out. Malcolm received a mysterious voicemail just hours before everything went down. The message said, "They know what you did. Stay quiet, or this ends badly." Was it a threat, a warning, or someone's twisted version of a final goodbye? Now investigators are scrambling. The forensics team is back out at the dock, combing through every second of footage. They're flying drones over the bay, scanning every inch of the shoreline. And guess what's rumored to have turned up? A wallet and a cell phone recovered several yards from where Malcolm's body was found, just out of reach, almost like somebody tried to ditch them into the tide, like they were trying to wipe the slate clean. And remember that seafood shack worker, the one who filmed the first leaked video? He's gone, vanished, for real. Left his job, abandoned his apartment, even left his dog behind. His dog. His sister spoke to a local paper and said he was terrified after what he saw, told the wrong people, and then, poof, disappeared. At this point, this ain't no mystery. It's a full-blown murder movie playing out in real time. And Tempest, she's lawyered up, canceled every public appearance, ghosted the press, and the only thing she said since, just a cold, flat 2-sentence statement, "This is a deeply personal matter. I won't be speaking on it." And that silence feels loud, real loud. I am devastated by Malcolm's passing, and that's it. I have no further comment at this time. That's the cold line Tempest is sticking to. No emotion, no clarity, just silence. while her former co-star is gone under the most suspicious circumstances imaginable. And the wildest part, people are pointing directly at her, on camera. And yet the rest of the Cosby Show crew, not a peep. Keisha Knight Pulliam turned off her IG comments. Raven Simone posted a cryptic story saying, "Not everything deserves justice. Some things deserve silence." What does that even mean? Fans aren't brushing it off. They're going off. True crime. YouTubers are dropping hour-long deep dives. Twitter's spinning massive threads, connecting dots that trace way back to the early 2000s. Reddit's unearthing old interviews where Malcolm hinted at dark secrets he said were too painful to share. One thing's clear now, this was never some freak accident. This was the final act of a twisted drama that's been brewing for years. Was it jealousy, revenge, an old grudge from the Cosby Show days? Or did Malcolm know something massive, something that could have burned reputations to the ground? Whatever the reason, one truth stands tall. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's death is no longer being treated like some slip and fall. This is an open case, a scandal on fire, a Hollywood horror story still unraveling in real time. And if what we've seen so far is just Act 1, then buckle up, because the truth is about to blow wide open. If you made it this far, you already know, this ain't your average celebrity drama. So drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Malcolm's death a cold setup or just a twisted coincidence? Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss the next jaw-dropping twist we dig up. And trust me, if you thought this was wild, wait till you see the security footage they tried to erase. Click that next video, because in Hollywood, secrets never stay buried for long.